This weekend on CCX News, a likely even split. The results of an election now leading to an unusual outcome. Following recounts, Tuesday's election could bring an unlikely scenario in the Minnesota House of Representatives, a 67-67 tie. The last time the House had an equal number of Republicans and DFLers was in 1979. I spoke to a former Crystal lawmaker who served in the House during that time for some perspective on what a tie could mean for the upcoming session. At the state capitol this week, legislative leaders on both sides of the aisle tried to make sense of Tuesday night's results.
We are at a 67-67 tie in the Minnesota House of Representatives. When we talked about balance, we wanted a little bit more than that. I will be fully honest with you.
Minnesotans certainly sent us a tied Minnesota House. So what they are asking us to do is to work together and be productive. And we are fully prepared to do that.
The last time there was a tie in the House was in 1979.
That was the only time we were tied. And I think that was the only time until now in state history.
Former DFL Representative Lyndon Carlson of Crystal was there for it.
I was on the negotiating team because then you had to figure out a way to share power.
Sharing power is something current House members will have to figure out, because there can't be two House speakers. In '79, Carlson said it took them several weeks to come up with a plan.
And our offer was that we'll give you the speakership in exchange for having a one-vote majority on the Rules Committee. And the other caucus accepted that.
At the Capitol, Hortman was lukewarm on that historical precedent.
The model that the Minnesota legislature adopted, the Minnesota House adopted in '79 seems a bit archaic, seems like it's not really a fit for modern times.
So how this all plays out remains to be seen. Carlson, however, predicts that because this is a budget year, the two sides will find ways to work together.
And in the end, you do have to govern. And that will in and of itself drive some compromise.
Election results are not official until certified by the state canvassing board. That is scheduled to occur on November 21st. History was also made Tuesday night. The first Kenyan American was elected to the Minnesota House. DFL candidate Hulda Hiltzley was elected in House District 38A. That district covers southwestern Brooklyn Park and Osseo. Not only did Hiltzley make history in Minnesota, she's the first Kenyan-born American in the entire U.S. to be elected into office.
So I'm excited to, get to work. There's a lot of good work that has been done already, and we want to continue that work. We want to continue, fighting for equitable housing. We want to continue to fight for public safety that actually makes sense and that is rooted in community. We want to make sure that we are fighting for healthcare. We want to make sure that we are fighting for our unions, right? So I can go on and on. I'm just excited to have this opportunity to represent this very diverse community.
Hiltzley fills the seat held by DFLer Mike Nelson, who retired from political office. At several local city halls, new mayors will be sworn in early next year. One of them is in the city of Crystal. Julie Deshler won by more than 2,000 votes over challenger Rachel Broughton. Deshler, a former city council member, will replace longtime mayor Jim Adams. I asked Deshler what she hopes to bring to City Hall.
I want to keep the community viable. I want to try to attract some small business redevelopment, if you will. I want to try to clean up the streetscape and, just work with the council on a number of different issues.
Deshler lists trimming fat out of the budget and working with the council and staff on what the city can afford among her top priorities. Meanwhile, two other new mayors were elected this week. In New Hope, John Elder defeated challenger Jonathan London by 18 percentage points. And in Robbinsdale, Bradley Sutton was elected mayor. Sutton was unopposed for that seat. Both replaced longtime elected leaders in their respective cities. After a long election, a little laughter may be in order. As Sarah Allen reports, some people in Robbinsdale found a unique way to do just that.
Whether your laugh is a giggle, a chuckle, or a belly roar, be ready to let it out when you come to this Robbinsdale recreation class.
Thank you all for being here.
You might think the people in this room just heard the funniest joke, but in this class, jokes aren't needed to tickle your funny bone, just a willingness to be silly. All this laughter isn't done in vain. The hee-hees and ha-has are done in the name of health by combining laughing, breathing, and movements.
Stand up slowly. Knees bent, bring your arms up overhead.
The class is participating in laughter yoga, a worldwide practice that's been around for more than 25 years.
Konnichiwa.
Pete and Jan Gerard lead this group in zany antics that help raise happy hormones and lower bad ones.
It benefits your lung, all your physicality. It just, gets your blood flowing.
Laughter also keeps you in the present.
You laugh and you're so happy and stuff. You forget all your troubles. You forget what happened, made you sad or upset. You forget it.
Myrtle Anderson has been taking part in laughter yoga for 3 years and is reaping its benefits.
It's good exercise. And when I get through with it and go home, I am energetic. I can do things that I have put off for a long time.
They say laughter is the best medicine. If that's the case, these people are well on their way to good health.
I just love it.
If you want to join in the laughter like I did, starting in December, classes will be meeting here in Robbinsdale at Manor Park twice a month. Reporting in Robbinsdale for CCX, I'm Sarah Allen.